Oh, hello. Welcome to Debutante Brawl. You just caught me touching up my makeup as I was about to check my emails. No, seriously. So this is the video where I'm going to attempt to answer your questions that you sent me over the last few weeks, and I have very ungraciously not answered at all. So, let me quit that real fast. Okay, I took your questions and I rewrote them, some of them, because there was some sentences in there, and I tried doing this video before and I spent too much time looking for the question. So here we go. Let's just launch right into it. Chico Native. How do you feel about guys that aren't gay but are fascinated with trans girls? You know, that's a tough call. I don't know. I mean, like, you're into trans girls, or you're fascinated by trans girls? Like, that's borderline fetish and not terribly flattering. I mean, I would, you know, like, I would hope that you don't consider yourself gay if you're gonna date me. Because, I mean, I would like to go out with a straight guy. Or, you know, bi, or whatever. I mean, I'm not like, you know, I mean, if he's gay and he likes me, I don't think it really matters that much. But when it's like, when you're like a tranny chaser, you know, and like you're just into, you know, like you want to date a tranny, it's just, it makes it a little weird. And I'd rather you just like me and then, you know, not mind what I've got, basically. But, I mean, I know that's kind of a stretch, but, you know, you asked. Okay, that was Chico Native. And Toby R3 asks, you have talked about all kinds of things except your transition. Do you have an aversion to that subject? No, I don't have an aversion to talking about it. I just hadn't intended on talking about it on this blog very much. There's a lot of good blogs out there, or vlogs out there, that exclusively talk about, you know, the person's transition and different steps that they've taken, and I think that's great. I've learned a lot of information there. But for me, I don't know, I felt that there wasn't a whole lot of, that's not the sole reason for my blog, there wasn't a whole lot of just like, you know, trans girls out there that, you know, just talked about their lives. You know what? That's like a side thing. Really, I mean, this is mostly just for me anyways. I just, like, you know, I started doing this to get myself out there and present myself, and then it just sort of snowballed, and I don't know, I guess that currently I just like talking about whatever is going on in my life, and I'm trans, so whatever. If you have had FFS, when and talk about it. I have not had FFS. There are some things that bug me about my face, but you know, it's my face, and I'm used to it, and I've been on hormones for, you know, like, you know, somewhere over a year, and I really think that they've done a lot to make me, you know, and just at least, like, I don't know, appreciate my face. You know, down the road I could see getting maybe a little nose touch-up or whatever, possibly a little, what do they call that, scalp advance or something like that. It sounds a little Last of the Mohicans, though. Scalp, like the doctor's gonna, like, scalp me and then just kind of rearrange it. So I don't know, no, I haven't. What else? What is your history in the graphic arts field? And the steps you've been through to develop those skills and sell it. My history is, I mean, I've been drawing since I was a little kid. That's what my parents did. They gave me a pad of paper and a pen in a restaurant, and I would just draw to entertain myself. And then in, you know, later on, I got a computer, and I started, you know, drawing on the computer, and I inadvertently started doing exactly what I do now for work, you know, when I was, like, in middle school and high school. Well, more like high school. And I went to, I originally went away to college to be a computer engineer, design, like, microprocessors and stuff, but I failed calculus and was failing programming, programming 1. So I transferred into graphic design, did 2 years of graphic design, switched schools, went to Savannah College of Art and Design, used to be at RIT, and then I did a computer art major where I would, with a focus in motion graphics. So it was like 3D and 2D, After Effects and 3D programs and stuff. And then I got out to LA after I graduated, with a brief stint in web design for a magazine, and then I've been doing motion graphics animation ever since. And then I draw on the side, I paint, take pictures, I don't know, all around artsy kind of stuff. Let's see, Ashley, Ice Cold Bath, did a video about anguish over not being able to have a child of her own. What is your position on that? Pressure you felt from other women? You know, I feel for Ashley. I definitely know where she's coming from. Like, it would be really nice to be able to have a kid, but, you know, of my own. But, you know, it's not in the cards for me. And frankly, right now, I'm not in a place to do that. You know, I'm still, you know, transitioning. I'm still working on my career and figuring out what I want to do. I mean, I would love to, you know, in some way, through adoption or whatever, maybe, I guess, have a kid, you know, like, you know, in the next 5 to 10 years or so. But it's just where I'm at. It's not that pressing. But it does make me sad every once in a while that I can't have my own. Let's see. Okay, so next person, Trey Deep. Do you have any other tattoos besides the 2 on your arm? Yes. Well, for one thing, I have a brand new tattoo, if any of you noticed. And it's not done yet. It's going to be colored in, but this is by the amazing tattoo artist Misha from Zulu Tattoo in Beverly Hills. I gave her a sketch for what I wanted, and she made it awesome. And so, I don't know if you can see that there. Love it. It's awesome. What else? I have a hummingbird with leaves on the back of my leg. And then the very first tattoo I ever got was this little star. It was a tester to see if I could deal with tattoos, and I went into a tattoo shop, the Smiling Buddha tattoo shop in Savannah, Georgia, and I sat down, I drew a picture, and handed it to her, and she did it. It was between a star and a fairy. I'm glad I went with the star. I don't know what I was thinking. I think it just ended up being the better drawing. But that would have been a mistake. If I had a fairy on me right now, I would drown myself in boiling water. Not really that bad. Nothing against fairies. But you should have seen the drawing of the fairy. It sucked. Okay, what else? Are you spiritual, religious? None of the above. I'm definitely not religious. I wasn't raised with any kind of religion. I mean, I was raised with a little bit of, like, Jewishness and Christianity, a little tiny bit. You know, just like, what I learned in school, mostly, about the religions. Oh, and we had, like, assembly in a church at our school when I was in high school. But I wasn't raised with anything, and I'm happy for it. I don't need organized religion to tell me to be moral and to be good to people. I think I'm a good person, and I think I hold myself to a high moral caliber, and I don't know, I don't need the threat of hell or the temptation of heaven to make me act appropriately. So, whatever, I don't know. It helps people. Some people, religion isn't a bad thing. Some people it is a bad thing. But, I don't know, personally, I don't see a place for it in my life. Yeah, spiritual, I mean, I think, you know, like, I'm a little more realistic in where we came from. You know, we're probably flukes of the universe we live in, and, you know, a very small portion of this universe, and, you know, it's a pretty amazing feat that we exist, but, you know, that's